Realest Podcast ever. We back. It's your boy C Diddy.
My man makes me sick. Yeah.
Back in the spot. Making it happen. My mic not situated. All right, there we go. We're back in the slave spot, but we're making it happen. It's a little bit cooler today. We should have better results than we did last time.
Yeah.
All right, I'm having technical difficulties with this goddamn mic stand. I don't understand what's going on. There we go. All right, let's rock. We talk a lot on the show about adversity and being able to pivot when life closes doors on you. Today's guest is someone who made one of the greatest pivots I've personally witnessed. I've known this guy for a long time, and it's paying incredible dividends. Taron Barnes is a Philly native and a former professional baller who made the decision to walk away from the game that he loved to pursue greater opportunities in the fashion industry. In just 1 year's time, he's made his styling company and fashion house Drip Soul Separate a national name and worked with the likes of Kevin Durant, Dorian Finney-Smith, Wayne Ellington, and Kahleah Cooper, among others. He's recently been featured in Slam Magazine, the Philly Inquirer, Sports News Now, and more. For the first inaugural episode of TRPE Sports, let's give it up for my bro, Taron Barnes.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all for having me, man. Appreciate it.
All black, that's the fresh coat.
It's Kahleah Copper, too.
Copper? Oh, my bad.
She gonna curse me out if I don't correct that.
I got the first name right.
Yeah, facts.
Kahleah Copper. So, when we have a guest, on the show that's basically new to our audience, we like to start at the beginning, let people, tell their story, give their background, stuff like that. Tell the people a little bit about, where you from and a little bit about your upbringing, and then we're going to move forward into, everything that you got going on that's going great today.
I'm from North Philly originally, 10th in Clearfield, 11th in Indiana.
That's North Philly.
Facts.
Yeah.
N-O-R-F.
The realest part. North. But yeah, same type story for real. Single parent home. My mom, Pop wasn't really around like that. He was locked up for most of the part. But my mom held it down for real. Like my mom had me young. So my mom went away to college, took me with her. Like I'm from the trenches. Like we always used to come home. I used to always be around it. But my younger years, from like 5 to probably like 12 in 7th grade, I came back. I lived in Indiana, PA with my mom. She went to IUP.
Gotcha.
So like my mom got her degree and shit like that, took me with her so I could like grow up seeing different stuff than what she seen growing up. So then came back 7th grade, just, hooping, just in the inner city, getting back acclimated with everybody. Same story for real.
Yeah. Where did your love for basketball come from?
Forever. Like, I love basketball forever, like, since I was 4, like, since I can remember.
Yeah.
It just was, that's just something I was born to love, I guess.
So, what was kind of like your first experience? Like for me, like I'm a music lover. I can remember like Eric B and Rakim and Eazy-E. Like that's like my moment. So like for you with basketball, like what was like your moment where it's like this is it for me?
Bro, like I literally since a pup. Like I remember when we moved into the apartment in Indiana, my grandma bought me this little Michael Jordan action figure from Space Jam. I had that shit till I was probably 15.
Yeah.
And I'm still salty. I don't know what happened to that joint.
That joint might be worth some change right
Facts.
now.
Yeah, literally, bro. Literally. I don't know what happened. But just everything though, bro. Like everything was basketball for me. Like everything. Like AI. Like I wanted to be AI.
Yeah.
Wanted braids. I used to cut my mom's stockings to make a sleeve before they start selling them Jones in the store, all that shit.
What was the first position that you played once you started playing organized basketball?
Point guard. I was always short.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, when did you realize you could actually play the game?
I mean, as a young age.
Because
bro,
I love
like
basketball
I always
as a kid
had
too,
like,
but,
I always had cousins and stuff that hooped. So it was like, I always played. Like I always played ball. Like in the park, I had Fisher Price courts. We had portable courts. Then like in our apartment complex in Indiana, it was a half court. Okay. In the complex, like outside. Like that's where I spent all my time at. I used to come home from school. My mom used to do hair. She used to be doing some micros or some shit in the living room. I couldn't even watch TV. So I'd go right outside, walk up the steps. It had like a little hill, the end of the complex. Our apartment was almost at the end of the complex, so like literally probably 300 feet away from my front door, we had a half court. I used to be out that joint all day, getting black as hell.
Cooking in the sun.
Facts.
Tell us about, like your high school and college journeys. What was those experiences like, being as though that you was like a student athlete and everything like that?
High school was, so like I was kind of like a late bloomer for real. Like I was good at a young age, but then like me leaving Philly and going to Indiana kind of changed stuff because like I was playing against white kids, like no disrespect.
You was basically
like that,
better.
but
You was better than
I
your
was
competition.
better than everybody, so it like kind of stunted me a little bit. And then when I got back to Philly, it's like, oh shit, like everybody good. So it's like I had to step it up. Like, so high school, 9th grade, mind you, I was short. Like I'm 6'3" now, but my first day of 9th grade, I was 5'4". So it's like, and I went to prep charter. Like everybody was 6'5" and everything. So
Who was some of your teammates when you was at prep charter?
Like Parrish Grant, Jesse Morgan, Ferg Myrick, Zahid Holloman, a bunch of people. Like that. I came near the year after the twins left.
Okay, got it.
The year after the twins left. So my 9th and 10th grade year, I played JV and varsity. Well, not 9th. 9th I just played JV. 10th I played JV and varsity. So it was like everybody there was good at prep. So then I transferred from prep to New Media. It's a charter school in Uptown. And that was like basically like my coming out party for real. Cause like at prep, everybody on the roster was going D1. Like if not high D2.
Yeah.
So it was
1AA and all that.
like New Media just was like it was my show for real. Like I was able to really just be myself and hoop. Like we wasn't shit, but I could put my talents on display. Right. But we wasn't shit at all. My 12th grade year, we was terrible, but like I was getting triple
You got
teamed.
off.
I was getting triple teamed every time down the court. Like boxing ones and triangle and twos on me, nobody else. Like that shit was crazy. But 12th grade year was probably like my most fun I had playing basketball because it was just like I was free. Like I had the keys to the car. Like I could do whatever the fuck I wanted.
Drive that motherfucker off a cliff if you want.
Take every shot I wanted. But college was like I never played a collegiate game. Yeah. So it was like it just was a lot going on in life at that time. Like my pop got booked in 10th grade, but my pop beat his case in the state. And as soon as he beat the case, he walking out the courtroom, the feds picked it up.
Oh, damn.
So my pop got sentenced to like 180 months when I was my freshman year in college. Right. So like I wasn't playing that IUP and my mental was just fucked up. So like I came home for a semester just trying to figure out what I wanted to do after the first, I finished my whole year at IUP, and then that summer I wasn't even thinking about going back because I'm trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Yeah. I stayed home for a semester. I just was working out. Then I started like taking visits to see where I wanted to go next. I took a visit to Shaw.
Shaw in what, North Carolina?
North Carolina, D2. And then at my visit at Shaw, I was killing down there. I was about to commit, but they had like hella people playing the one, and somebody already committed that was transferring. So I'm like, I'm not trying to go nowhere and be like sitting on the bench and I'm just like, I'm trying to hoop. I just sat. I didn't play my freshman year, and I just was home for half a year. Like I'm trying to play. So I went to a JUCO in California. I'm like, as soon as it's called Mount Sac. In Walnut, California. Soon as I got that offer, I'm like, I'm taking that. Like, nigga, I ain't never been to LA before.
I'm out of here.
Nobody from my hood, nobody I'm cool with, never been to LA or nothing. Like, I'm out. I get out there, it's just like crazy as hell. I'm on the other side of the world. Nobody out there. And it was cool at first. It was cool. Like, I got adjusted fast. But it was like, people don't, that's why I tell all my young boys now, like, when you in school and you getting recruited, you go where you wanted at. Like, and if you got a chance to stay home or stay close to where you at, do that, because them coaches that's from where they recruit you at, they gonna take care of their kids first.
Right, they gonna take care of them, that people from that metro.
Yeah, they gonna take care of them, and that's what it was. Like, I got there killing so how it worked was, when you were a freshman in JUCO, you normally sit behind the niggas who was there the year before. I'll kill everybody in practices every day. Like, I was destroying them, and I'm talking shit. I'm from North. Like, y'all niggas, I don't care who y'all is, how many of y'all out here. Mm-hmm. And at first, the coach was rocking with it. Like, I was getting the team turned up, and then, like, out of nowhere, I don't know if he, like, was cool with one of the players' pops or something. Like, nigga just started, like.
Was the team going out and performing well?
Mind you, listen, let me tell you. So this is all before the season even start. This is all the shit leading up to the season. So, I'm getting all the reps with the first team in practice. Literally, I swear to God, it's like a Thursday night, we had practice, and then we had this shooting drill. We had to make like a certain amount of shots before the time went out, and he was like, if we meet it, we ain't got practice on Friday. So we missed it the first joint, and he gave us another chance. We made it. We all hype. Mind you, it's hot. We in Kahleah. We live in an apartment complex. It ain't no on-campus housing, so we all live in an apartment complex. We got a pool. The football team good as hell. They be cooking on a grill. Like, we about to be lit after practice. We just ended practice. We ain't got practice tomorrow. So we got like a 3-day weekend, bro. I'll lie to you not. Monday, I don't know what the fuck happened over the weekend. Monday coming practice, we start doing walkthroughs and shit. He got me with the second team. So at first I'm thinking like, all right, maybe he just want me to try to make these niggas
pull
compete.
them up.
Like, Tuesday, I'm on the second team again. Wednesday, I'm with the second team again. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So from the rip, I straight called my AAU coach, like, yo, I don't know what tip cuz on. Like, I'm not with that. Like, so then I don't know what conversation they had, but it was just like, from then it was just like downhill. So I was just like, bro, I'm out. Yeah. I'm out. Like, I'm 5,000 miles away from home, bro. I'm not about to be out here just sitting. And I'm better than everybody that you playing.
Yeah. Like, why y'all bring me here?
Bro, when I tell you he was super hyped, like, I wish my coach was here, bro. The coach from the JUCO was so hyped for me to be at this school. Like, I got to LA on a Sunday. I was the last person to get to school. I got to LA on a Sunday. Assistant coach picked me up from school, bro. They took me to Roscoe's. We went to do the Hollywood Trail to go see the Hollywood sign. Like, everything you would want to do being in LA for the first time. It was a Sunday evening, bro. We got to the school at like 8:30. Mind you, my coach was probably like in his 50s. He got a wife and kids. This nigga was at the gym. When I got to campus, I had flip-flops on. I just had a long-ass flight.
You done been all around.
I'm tired as hell. He just wanted to come in the gym. The nigga just give me a basketball. Like, I just want to see you dribble. Like, I just want to see you shoot around. Like, he was hype. And then it's like from that to now you just on some weird stuff. So anyway, I end up leaving the school. They paid for my flight to go home. He don't pay for my bags. Mind you, so when I was leaving Philly, my mom was moving. So when my mom moved, I took everything I had to LA. Mm-hmm. Literally everything, every pair of sneakers, every clothes I had to LA. So he don't send me back. He don't pay for no bags. I fly back to Philly with no luggage, bro. I had a book bag, and he said they was gonna ship my clothes. I ain't get my clothes for like a month and a half.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So from then on, it's like I had Sky, I had my daughter, and then from that it was just like I gotta make some bread. So I just start working out, trying to be pro. I just start trying to go pro
from the rip. So basically, this is right around like
I got real close with Temple, like the people at Temple, like they like family to me. Like
Yeah.
I never played at Temple, but like I worked out there every day. I was with the team training every day, just like building myself up. And then me and Lynn Greer got close, and he just
Shout out
started.
Lynn, a
That's
Philly
my
legend.
OG.
He from around the way and shit.
That's my
I
OG.
remember he used to go there with Taze and shit at Direct.
That's
Like, I
my-
watched him do that shit. Yeah, real stuff. Like,
That's my OG, man. He started just pushing for me, like using all his old agents and stuff like that. And I just was working out, bro. Like I just was working out every day, trying to make it.
So real quick, before we jump into like the next chapter, like you kind of touched on something inadvertently, which is like the politics of basketball.
Hell yeah.
And the fact that, you know, sometimes being good or very good or excellent is not good enough. And
It ain't got nothing to do with basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball is like playing it. It ain't even the part, because there's a million niggas out here that's nice.
yeah,
Like,
you
it's
ever
a
hear the
million.
term locker room guy? Like some motherfuckers will just get certain things that other people won't.
It's just
on the
it's
strength.
it's just all about. One thing I learned in life, period, is just all about opportunity and timing. Like people just don't. It's just not the right timing for stuff. Like, but it all happened for a reason, though.
right.
I don't regret none of it. Like I miss hooping like a motherfucker, but I don't regret it.
Yeah. Because you know you made the right decision.
Yeah, because
also.
I meant like if it wasn't for hooping, I wouldn't be nowhere near where I'm at right now.
You know what I'm thinking about? Like how Steph Curry has like revolutionized the game, and he's like this this unknown thing we didn't
And
know.
nobody never like they told Steph he couldn't play in the league because he was too small.
I'm going even further back. I know Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf is like, man, y'all call me a crazy nigga. I was doing this shit in 15 years.
Facts.
Real
Yes.
shit. Yeah, like that shit is the truth.
Facts.
Yeah.
Then Steph ain't had no offers other than Davidson.
Right.
After his freshman year at Davidson, Duke offered him. He said, "Hell no."
Right.
It's crazy.
And the thing is, it's like, you know, at this point, we kind of reached the point with basketball where it's like, you know, over the last 15 years, because of the AAU system and charter school systems and like the recruitment system and all of that for
It's
national high
different now.
school.
That's why I said it's
way
timing.
different.
It's timing.
So whereas like now, it's like you kind of know who's like
It's a camera everywhere.
From
It's
13,
all
14
types
years
of
old.
Social,
Like, you
social
know.
media. Yeah, like nowadays, you know, they got niggas that's never played a college game. Like you might be a junior in high school. They already got you in the 2 years from now mock draft, 3 years from now mock draft.
Josh Smith said, I can't remember what he was on when he said it, but he said he dunked with two hands when he was in 6th grade. And he said he did it, and maybe like 3 or 4 days later, his coach, mind you, he's in 6th grade, so he's 11, 12. He's like 2 days later, his coach had like 25 like people in the
Bro,
like, at the gym. Like,
imagine that now though.
Because this shit ain't normal. Like,
But
think
no,
about
no, no.
6th grade dunking with two
Imagine
hands.
that now. Fuck Josh Smith back then.
Yeah.
Imagine a 6th grader right now dunking with two hands, bro. He gonna have 75 offers.
Yeah, now.
Because it's gonna be on 68 cameras. It's gonna be on every platform. It's different now.
it's gonna be
It
ball
is-
is
it is
life,
wild.
ball
All
is
his
all that
life,
shit.
everything.
I think it was Kevin Garnett. I want to say it was Garnett, but they was talking about how when you're good enough, you get taken out of where you at.
Facts.
Where
No
it's
matter
like,
where you at.
Even when you saw the coach from Oak Hill just retired. I can't think of his fucking name.
Steve Smith.
But he retired, and they had all of the former Oak Hill. And when you see them all
He
together,
got
you
all
like,
league
all these
niggas.
motherfuckers played for Oak Hill, and it's like they might have been there for 4 weeks, but it's like because it was like, oh, once we found out about him, we went and got him. We went and got Melo.
Yeah,
we went and
that's
got
how-
KD.
that's
we went
how
and
it
got
work.
That shit is nuts, yo. Like seriously.
Yeah, it's like there's a whole, you know,
It's a farm.
It's a pipeline.
Yeah.
that goes
all it
literally
is.
from middle school to the pros.
Yep.
And it's like when they identify you, you know, you got some sort of elite or unique talent, they identify it early now. And like, you know, like you said, you get the coverage and all of that to where it's like if somebody do miss on you, they look even crazier.
Yeah.
Going back to like Steph draft, you know, 13, 14 years ago, it's like, yeah, you got Minnesota that passed on him twice. You got the Knicks that was trying to do whatever they was doing.
Yep.
You got then you got like Chris Paul's draft where like Portland passed on Chris Paul and shit like that.
Everybody.
And it don't get as magnified even
Portland
though
passed on KD and took Greg
and
Oden.
took Greg Oden. You know what I'm saying? Because we was still in that mind frame of like the big man not realizing where the game was going. But now the smart GMs and all of that shit, they understand like long, lean, athletic wings that can shoot the three, finish at the rim.
Cause ain't no real
defend.
bigs left. That shit over.
It's super over. It's like Jokic and
Jokic not even a real big. He European. He shoot, he pass, he dribble. And B, shoot, pass, dribble. Nobody that low post.
Nobody that's
over.
banging.
That shit over.
Yeah, it's nobody that's banging.
You gotta think, bro. You play a team like the Warriors, right? You trade in 3 for 2. You never gonna win. Yeah. You can go get 1,000 dunks all you want. They don't give a shit. They gonna shoot 1,000 threes. You never gonna be able to add up to it.
Yep. And then they go to the free throw line and shoot 93% as a team.
So they don't don't add up.
That clip where KD was on the break and literally it was on a
They
fast
moved
break
out his
and
way.
they moved out his way to go to the wing for Steph Curry. He had a wide open dunk. Like, fuck it, just go ahead, man.
You got it. We rather take the 2 than the 3. Yeah. You got to, bro. That's the name. That's the way the game go now.
Yeah, but the whole pipeline from like it used to be like high school, like you would hear these
Yeah, like
rumblings.
junior, senior.
Like remember Lance Stevenson drama or the LeBron shit. You know, you would hear it in like
Lenny Cook shit.
you would hear it like 10th, 11th grade. Now
it's all over the place.
I mean, it's literally like 9-year-olds, dog. They like,
7th grade.
He's exceptionally more skilled than
But
everybody
it's
else.
pros and cons to that shit though, bro. Like you gotta think. Like other than LeBron has been in the spotlight
Since 10th grade.
Since the 10th grade, bro. That's like 25 years. 26 years, bro. You know how hard it is to live up to that expectation.
And not fuck up the whole time.
Bron ain't never been caught up in no scandals, no drama, no nothing.
The wildest part, like you just brought him up, Bron wasn't even number 1 going into the 11th grade.
Facts.
It was Lenny Cook. And they had that ABCD shit and it didn't go right. And Lenny really never rebounded, dog, from that moment.
Facts.
And it's like, that shit is real. Like it's hard to live up to like a book report responsibility.
Anybody and another thing that make it weird too is like the grown-ups, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, I be on social media, I be tripping off these grown ass men that be having so much bad shit to say about a kid. Like, bro, this kid is 15. Why you talking about he ain't shit and all this and that? Like, bro, like these is
He ain't half of what he's gonna be.
Not even that, bro. Like, you're a grown ass man. Don't be mad because your hoop dreams done deflated.
Oh, it's a lot of that.
Like,
oh man,
I hate that, bro. I hate that, bro. Like, it's a kid at the end of the day. It's a sport. Like, niggas is doing this to have fun.
Oh, the Zion gonna be a bus shit started in high school,
bro. But that's just nothing but niggas just being haters, bro.
Just a dunker.
That nigga's blessed. That nigga's taking care of his family. Niggas come from a lot of these niggas in the league come from nothing. They ain't doing nothing but taking care of their family and doing something they love. Like what? I don't understand that. Yeah.
It's what it is people are like so overly invested emotionally.
And all the NBA is a job, bro.
That's it.
Like, I don't understand. Like, people look at it as something so different because of the amount of money they make, bro. It's the same as if you going to work 9 to 5 every day. It's the same shit. Recently, that's their job, bro. That's their job.
Recently, there was a video that's like going around where I don't know if even one of y'all saw it, but there was a fight at the Rangers game. You know, the Rangers were in the playoffs. The hockey team.
Talking about in the tunnel?
In the tunnel. And the ball turns around and just like knocked dude clean out. Like they was arguing over their teams. It was the Rangers versus I want to say I think
it's the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Lightning, yeah.
And the dude just knocks him clean out and they came and booked dude and he's charged with aggravated assault and all this shit. And it's just like I was saying, and I'm like, yo, I've never been that invested to want to fight strangers over my team of choice.
It's weird, bro. Like they find Chris Paul in their last series in the finals for cursing out the fan, but the fan was talking crazy to his family. I mean, hit his family or pushed his family,
pushed his mom or some shit.
But
like
y'all
that.
gonna find me?
Yeah.
What the hell? Like, I'm a human just like y'all is. Like,
it's like a circus element to like professional sports where it's like people are coming to see like how much bullshit they can like throw at the lion before the lion try to jump out the cage.
That shit crazy.
And it's not cool. So going back to your story, let's talk about the overseas grind and what even made you interested in playing ball overseas and like how that door kind of opened for you.
Well, I can't really attest to like the whole ordeal of like the overseas grind because like I wasn't there long enough to.
Okay, got it.
But the reason why I wanted to do it was because I wanted to hoop. Simple as that. Like I just wanted to hoop. I know I needed money. I needed to take care of myself. I needed to take care of my kids. So it was like the league was far gone. I didn't play in college, nothing. So it's like I'm just chasing this because I love the game and I need to make some type of money. Like I know I didn't want to work for no regular job.
Right.
And I love basketball, so it's like I'm about to chase this. Yeah. So I went to Spain and I played in like a tour type of thing. And basically it's like you try to you just get offers off of it for real.
Okay.
Like, and I came home with probably 7, I think, but they was all bullshit.
Yeah, you didn't like the offer.
And it was all bullshit. Like you gotta think, bro. You play overseas, you gonna be away from home for up to 10 months.
Yeah.
Like 10 months out of 12.
Damn, I didn't even realize it was that long.
Yeah,
like,
bro. People go overseas from August to June.
Shit.
Or August to May, and you got June and July, and you
Right.
leave into August again. Mm-hmm. So it's like, my daughter was, what year out ago? My daughter was young. My daughter was 3 or 4 when I went to Spain. So it was like, man, am I about to take this $1,500 a month or this $2,500 a month?
Oh, wow, that low.
Bro, like niggas is doing that now. Like, but that's a part of the grind. Like, if I didn't have a kid, I would have did it for sure because you gotta start somewhere. I would have did it for sure if I didn't have Scott.
Now, let me when playing overseas, you the first person we've had here to actually. Do you just go? You like you said, it's a tour that you
So I had like highlights and shit from high school and all of that, and Lynn was like reaching out to people for me, and I just submitted my stuff and then I got invited to it.
Okay,
and,
cool.
It's just like a bunch of people people maybe that's already been playing overseas trying to get more film. That's really what it's about. It's for you to go play over there, play with the refs and see like how the game is played. You getting up to date film because at that point this was 2018. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I graduated high school in 2011, so my most recent film was like
5,
camps
6
and
years.
shit like that though, but like other than high school, like it wasn't nothing really concrete.
Right.
So I had to get some up-to-date film for agents to work off of. So I just was working out crazy leading up to it and then got in shape and I led the joint in scoring. So it was like, it wasn't like I went out there and was on some bullshit.
Went out there and got busy.
I went out there and got busy. Like I didn't lose a game. I led the shit in scoring. I just ain't get nothing that was worth me being away from my kid and shit that I could be making at home. Yeah. Like that's valuable time I'm missing. Like, so I just.
So, all right. So I remember a couple years ago, we was all together. We was in Miami and shit. Me, you, Ryan, whatever.
Yeah.
We was running around having a good time. You was out there with James Johnson when he was, playing for the Heat. And I remember you was working out and all of that. Then is that around the time that?
So that was.
You still fucking trying with the overseas shit at that time?
So like, right after I came home from the camp, it wasn't like right then and there I would have had to make a decision. Mm-hmm. It was like I still had time. So like once I didn't sign nowhere for like that upcoming season, I still was working out because I had up to date film. I had other people working for me and all that. So it was like I was just trying to find different ways to attack it. But when I was out there, I was still working out. Like that was like I was probably getting my best at that point. Like when I quit, I was my best.
Right.
Like it wasn't like I quit because I couldn't hoop no more. Like 2020 during the pandemic, I was at the top of my shit. Like, Miami, that shit helped a lot. Like that was probably basketball wise, that's probably like the best summer of my life. 2019, I was grinding NBA workouts shit every day. Like started my work, like I was living like I was a pro, because it was like I was working out every day. I was waking up 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you. Like, what's the day of training like? Like what does that entail?
Ridiculous. Like, all right, so James got a gym at his house. Like he got a weight room in his house. He don't live in Miami. He lived probably like 45 minutes away from Miami. So instead of him having to drive back and forth to the arena to get lifts in and all that, he just built the gym in his garage. So we used to be up by like 5:45. We used to lift, like do like whatever our lift was, do cardio, and then we'll go to the gym called the Hot Box. Shout out to Miami Hoop School. We used to be there probably like 8:30, 9 o'clock. We go in there, it's probably like, it's a small gym, it's hot as shit. You in there getting like ball handling shit and like crafting. Be in there for probably like an hour and a half, 2 hours. From there, we go eat. Then we go back to the crib. It's dumb hot, and it's probably like 2 now. 1, 2. Get in the pool, chill for a little bit, eat again. Then we go to this high school, and down there, they got like NBA regulation, like lines and 3-point lines and all that. That's when we getting shots up.
Okay.
Working out there. Then we might got a game in the Miami Pro League in a Pro-Am at 9. Right. So we go from there, go play in the game, then go to the crib, get in the pool, eat, chill, start that shit all over again the next day.
So it's really like an all-day thing.
Literally, it's just all day. It's all day.
Because people had this perception of like athletes that it's like, oh, you're blessed, so you just kind of show up.
Just show up and make millions.
Hell no.
Like,
You think that your ass gonna be blessed and at the crib. Them niggas work hard, bro. Like, that's why I be bidding off people. Like, you know, they see niggas that's on the end of the bench that don't get no time. Nigga might
we said that on here.
Say he ass and all that. Like, bro, nigga
come
niggas
anywhere,
come to a pro-am,
drop 75.
Dog. You saw Bones last week?
46, 8, and whatever.
I remember niggas from around my way. I'll never forget this. Because you know how around the way motherfuckers hooping.
Niggas
like
always
you said,
talk shit.
Talk shit, I'm the man.
It's levels, bro. That's one thing I tell niggas, is levels.
And I
It's
remember
really
the
levels.
nigga straight was like, yo, like because he was like a shot blocker nigga at the park we had around the way. And I ain't gonna say his name because he's an idiot. But he used to do his little thing, pinch him on the back or whatever. And I remember this nigga hauled off one day and was like, I could stop Amari. And I was like, what Amari?
Chill
he was
out.
like, fuck you mean, nigga. Amari come to the hole on me, nigga. I'm punching all that hype shit like, dog, I'm punching shit. And I'm just like, so you gonna like sock it? Because that's the punch.
You gonna pull a burner on it.
That's the only punching you gonna do.
And I told him, I'm like, and it was him and another nigga he used to be with, and they was like the little twos, you know, like Flight and Willie from White Man Can't Jump, like they was that shit. And I told him, I'm like, yo, Amari Stoudemire would come to this park off of, with
69.
with jet lag off of a plane from Phoenix in a suit.
With a bottle of Henny.
And he would take me, and us two together would be, I'm like, I'd be hitting mid-range jumpers like a good little role player. Like Amari would
one
trash
time
y'all.
we had a game in Miami Pro League.
Who was this?
James Johnson.
James Johnson. Oh yeah.
Like, and some niggas look at him in the league like, oh, he just a tough guy. Like, he just played defense.
Like a tough guy role player.
No, bro. Like, he out there crossing niggas, making niggas fall, like everything. 44, bro, in a pro-am. Like, these not slouches.
I can believe it.
Like,
Because when you
they
like,
really like, just like us, it's a job, bro. This is what they get paid
and that's
to
one
do.
thing I appreciate about the new documentary they did, the N1 Joe and the 30
Yeah, to
30,
show them niggas
where
at his
Lou
levels.
Will and them,
Yeah,
they
it's
asked him
like,
like, could
hell
you
no.
think Lou? Hell no,
Hell no.
ain't no way on earth. And it's just like, yeah, like to be a professional at that level,
Really? You
it's
gotta
insane.
do that shit when you don't want to do
Yeah,
it.
And even AO said it. He said some of us had the natural ability. He said,
AO
but-
probably was the only one that I think could have been able to do it. 'cause
Yeah, he had workouts.
I done
He
seen
had Seattle.
AO hoop outside of
He had
N1.
Seattle. He had a
really
he had
got
a
lot of
Seattle
game.
workout. He had a bunch of Orlando workouts. Like he was moving. But again, he said it like, yo, a lot of us had natural ability. We didn't have the discipline that it took to be a
Hell no.
professional athlete.
What? That discipline different, bro. Like different. Like Jay ain't like, I'm grown. You see, I was down there with y'all in the club. Jay was in the crib with his family. Like he ain't care about me going nowhere. He gave me the keys to the wheel, all that. I was cool, but long as I made sure my ass was back at the crib and be at the gym.
Yeah,
by
we was out
5:45.
getting drunk. You was like,
We
I gotta
out
train
like-
in the morning.
Bro,
4:30.
Shit was like 4:30. I gotta be back at the gym in an hour and 15 minutes.
AI said that when he got drafted, you know, him and Kobe got drafted together, and he was like his first game in
flew out to LA.
He flew out to LA. He's like, he
like,
went
"What
and
you
met up
doing?"
with Kobe. They had dinner,
Yep.
and he's like, after the dinner, Kobe like, so what you
going
getting ready
to
to
the
do?
work. I'm going to the gym.
He's like, what you about to do? He's like, I'm going to the gym. AI like, nigga, he
in
putting
LA.
his chains
I'm
on.
I'm
You
going
talking
out.
about?
Real shit.
Kobe like, well, that boy Allen, I don't know what we gonna do.
But that's how you see the difference between shit, bro. Like AI is a legend. It's my GOAT, but you see the difference between like
Yeah, Kobe
how
is
it
Kobe.
is.
Like Kobe's work
Kobe
ethic
played
was just,
20 years,
yeah,
bro.
It's just unbelievable.
Last game it had 60. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's that NBA shit is different, bro. Them niggas ain't to be fucked with.
Now let me ask you this, because you went and played overseas, so you've been over there, you've seen them. Do you feel like the game is any better over there as opposed
Hell
to?
no. It's like I said, I can't really say too much because I didn't stay. Like I wasn't there for that long. But like the NBA is the NBA. Like niggas over there want to come to.
Oh no, I know that. I'm more so talking about
like the way it's played.
The way it's played.
It's different, bro. Because it's like it's a lot of weird shit you gotta adapt to. Like the calls, like when you first get the ball, you make a move like a jab or something, you have to put the ball down over there.
Travel.
They're gonna call travel. On you though, like only on the Americans though. They don't call that shit on the Europeans. Like little shit like when the ball hit the rim, they can knock it off.
Like
I seen that shit happen at the free throws. Like that shit fucked me up. I was like, oh shit, like they really could do that. Fouls, like it's way more physical. Like they let you get away with a lot more shit if you a European.
Right.
Americans, they call it ticky-tack shit. You gotta literally be bleeding or something for you to get a foul. But I mean, it's cool though. Like it's cool, especially if you really invested in it. Like I don't think that shit for everybody, bro, because it's like you gotta really adapt. Like the food. Like I wasn't there for that long, but the period of time I was there was like, damn, bro. Like we going to the market. You know how you in the market?
Going to the supermarket.
You know how you in the market and you could smell like what's in the aisles? Like you ever walk down the spices aisles and shit, like you smell all the spices, bro. I'm in the market, right? I'm smelling something. I'm like, what the fuck is that, bro? Like, I get around the aisle, bro, like where the freezer shit at, bro. I look up, bro. It's fucking pigs hanging. Like,
Oh shit.
Like the head cut off, obviously. They like charbroiled or some shit. Out, bro. It's flies and shit. I really lost it. Like, I'm like, this shit really crazy. Like, I was in Spain, so like they worship the pig. Like everything is pork. You walking down the street, you see little plastic little models of it and shit in the windows and shit. Like the shit just was crazy, bro. Like they got all types of different types of Doritos and shit, like pork and ham and cheese flavored Doritos. Bro, I literally was eating fruit and shit like that.
That's it.
Then the shit that's used to here, like McDonald's and all that shit,
Tastes way different.
Burger King and all that shit is better there because it's like they don't have no preservatives.
When I tell you about I went to Dubai earlier this year.
I had a
It's like,
chicken sandwich from
shit.
Burger King, bro. I
Dog.
said, what the fuck? This is like a real ass
What
grilled chicken
What
sandwich.
it is
like,
it's almost like a culture shock.
yeah, it's like weird
at
because
first
you're used
like,
to it. You think it's it's like
You
nasty
think it's
at
nasty,
first
then you
because it's
realize,
like,
You're like, no, this how it's supposed to taste.
facts. All this shit we getting here.
Me
the
and Drew,
process
we
shit,
went to
that shit terrible.
Popeyes and on the way to Dubai, and I'm thinking like Popeyes and the shit. The fries was so fucking. They weren't like that heavy, greasy shit on them. It's just way different.
Yeah, shout out to everybody overseas though, bro. That shit like like kudos to y'all, for real, cause that shit that ain't easy.
So with all this in mind, 2 high schools, college, family issues, training at Temple, go overseas on a tour, training with James, going through the whole pro circuit as far as like pro-ams and, working out and all of that. What made you finally say, I'm done with basketball?
So, 2020 pandemic, I'm just working out. I'm working out every day at this time too. I'm working out with shout out to Bilal. Working out with Bilal at KOP every day, literally every day. I don't know what it was. Like I came home one day, I was on FaceTime with my little brother, and I started off on Instagram with it. Like I just was like trying to figure out, like in the crib, the pandemic had niggas in the house. Yeah. So my whole life, bro, I never thought of anything like life other than hooping. Like, you know what I'm saying? You growing up, everybody tell you gotta have a plan B. You think that shit bullshit. Like, whatever. Like, so I literally just sat back. I think I was high. I think I just sat back. It was like, what the fuck do I like doing? And the only thing I could think of is just like getting dressed, bro. Like I always liked clothes. Like everybody always knew me as Taron that hoop and got dressed. Like that was always it. So I'm like, damn, what could I do? Like, mind you, multiple times, years before, people will always ask me, like, did I have a stylist or did I ever think about doing it? And I never paid that shit no mind. So then it was just like,
Lean up so into the mic.
I never thought about it. So then it was just like, damn, like, should I try that shit? So I put like a poll on Instagram. Niggas was like, I had mixed reviews though. Like even some of my homies close still to this day. Like even Ron.
Yeah, you like, nigga, you know I can see
Ron,
this.
Ron, bro, you could dress, but like, go ahead, bro, like chill. Like, I'm like, damn. So this shit just had me like, mind you, I always been a confident person because I knew everything I was doing I was good at. But this shit, I never did it before, so I wasn't confident in it. That's what made me ask Instagram. Whole time, like, fuck what everybody got to think.
Yeah, it's funny how people go to Instagram with
yeah, like,
ideas.
fuck it.
What do y'all think?
Fuck it. Like, I know niggas was going to say what they wanted to say, so it was just like, I don't know. And I just was like, fuck it. Like, I made an Instagram page. Like, I don't know how the name just came to me from the rip. Like, Drip So Separate. That shit just, like, clicked, like, from the rip. Like, that was the first name I thought about, and I just thought about it. So I made the Instagram. I initially just started making like fits. I just started making fits, like creating fits. I seen somebody post like a fit before, and I text them like, yo, what app you use? Told me the app, and I just learned. I taught myself how to use the app, and I just started creating shit. So like a couple days later, I needed a logo. Like I'm like, damn, like I ain't got no logo. I need something. Like what I'm gonna do with it? Like I don't know why, but like math always been my favorite subject in school. So like I came up with the logo thinking about fucking exponents.
Okay.
So like Drip So Separate, like the D pause is like would be like a number. Then like the two small S's is like the exponent. That's how I came up with the logo.
That's fire.
And then I just ran with it. So like from the beginning, like everybody was asking me like, is it gonna be a clothing line? Like what you gonna do? And I'm like, no. Like, but I'm like, that's when I was on FaceTime. My little brother one day, I came in from working out. And he like, bro, you gotta get like something. So now I'm just like, maybe I could just do merch. And then I'm like, what would I start with? First thing came to my head was hats. Cause I always wear hats. Like I got that shit from my pop. My pop always wore fitteds. Wanted to be like that nigga so bad. So it's like I just adapted to it. So I found like the blank hat online, and I just designed that shit. Like literally just sitting at my mom's table in her dining room, just designed that shit, and then went from there.
Yeah. What would you say is like your first kind of moment where you was like, damn, I got something? To where it's like something that you created and it connected that made you feel like encouraged to keep going with the fashion shit.
Bro, so like, all right, I started that in July 2020. That's when I first started. I started styling. I styled Lavello personally though. Like I was styling her a couple times, and after like the second or third time, she had her shoot coming up, and she already had a stylist on the shoot, and she kicked them off
and hired
me
you
on it. So like, even then, I still ain't had no faith in that shit. But then when we got the pictures back and I seen that shit, I'm like, damn, bro, like, I'm like a whole new person. Like, I just reinvented myself, like, in a matter of a couple months. Like, I see the behind the scenes shit, me adjusting clothes and setting outfits up and shit like that. I'm like, damn, bro, that's crazy. Like, that's really me. So that was probably like the first, like, all right, you can actually do this shit. But then that was never my attack. Like that shit just happened. Yeah. So, April. Well, not April. Maybe it was like March. That next March. 21. Yeah. James was with Dallas at the time, and they was playing against the Nets. I went up there. We went to dinner at Philippe's, but when I got there, he had Dorian and Trey Burke at dinner. So we got there. It was regular. Like, bro, I done met probably everybody for real. Like, yeah. Being around Jay, like he played on the Heat. I done met everybody. So it was like, it wasn't nothing for me to walk in there and see 2 other niggas. It just was like, oh, all right, bet. Like, what's up? We just at the table eating, like, just rapping, like, regular conversations and shit. And then, like, we all exchanged Instagrams and phone numbers and shit like that. And I think we was like talking about, I think I told him what I did and shit like that. And then Doe was cool. Like, we clicked from the jump. And then probably a week later, Doe text me like they played the Knicks.
And Doe is
Dorian
Finney Smith, right?
So in the midst of this, I was waiting for the hats to get done. Mm-hmm. So when the hats finally came, I think it was 2 weeks later, the hats finally got done. And I wasn't releasing them yet. But how I was going to do it was I was going to give Dorian, I was going to give James a hat first, and he was going to wear them and then have everybody on it. Right. So right when they was about to play the Knicks, literally the day before, James got traded to New Orleans. So I still went to the game to give Dorian his hat. But in the midst of me giving Dorian his hat, I ended up styling him. Like, I went to Saks. This shit crazy, bro. I was in Saks for him, like, about to, like, I was just looking. They had meetings and shit. So I was there before him and Trey got there. Saks closed at probably, like, 7:30, something like that. And we was in that joint till, like, 10 o'clock. Yeah. Like, they came, locked the doors. Like, we was the only motherfuckers in the whole Saks, like, on 5th Avenue. Mm-hmm. So that shit was, like, crazy to me. Like, that was one of the moments that really was like, damn, bro. Like, I'm in the motherfucking Saks 5th Avenue after it's closed. Like, just walking around this joint. I'm in the back rooms and all that shit. So I wasn't even supposed to style him that game. I was literally just supposed to go up there, go to the game, give him his hat. So I ended up styling him. And he wore the hat to the game. So that was like my first joint right there. I'm like, bro, I could do this shit. Like, I just started in July. Is March. And it's April. It's April now. And I got an NBA client already. Like, oh, this shit over. Like, I got this shit. That shit over. Right after I styled him. And Doe don't even post. Like, Doe posted. Everybody was going crazy on his gram. They fuck with his fit. And he booked me for 3 games. Like, a week later in Dallas, they had 3 straight home games. I flew to Dallas, started him for 3 games.
It's crazy to think that where the NBA really is. That you got a stylist to style you for going to
wearing
your job.
That's just a part of it now. Like, fashion and sports go hand in hand.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, they got league fits, they got the drip cam, all that shit.
Everything.
So let me ask you this, not to be too much in your business, what does a stylist make in a situation like that? Like, how do y'all make y'all money?
To be honest, bro, like, it's the same as if, like, say if you a plumber or if you anything, you got your own business and you charge whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, you contract.
I could charge the same exact thing. I could do the same thing. I could charge whatever the hell I want. Like, literally. Because I know what I can do and I know what you need help with. So it's like I could charge whatever. But basically it's like all based off of how much your client trying to spend for.
Okay,
like,
so they
you base
give you
everything off of budget and you add your percentage to it. And, like, everything else go into play, too. Like, depending on, like, like, hotels and flights and all that shit. But, like,
and I would imagine
when I went to Dallas, I didn't have to get a hotel. Because, like, we close. So, it's like I stayed at his crib.
Right.
Like,
and I would imagine that there are certain competitive advantages once you really in that world. You start getting a plug here, a plug there.
Bro, it's like, bro,
people
like,
sing you shit.
You can make money so many different ways, bro. Like, you can go to. I don't even want to give up too much.
Yeah, no, I don't want you to, give up. But
your trade secret. I ain't really like that. But certain stuff is just like when you work with a certain caliber of people, you can do way more because it's like so many other doors open for you. And then like I get dressed myself, so it's like doors open for me too on top of my clients because I can market myself. Like, I'm my own brand, so it's like. It's easy. You can make money all different types of ways with this shit.
Now, as a stylist, you're basically picking out what they should wear in certain situations, right?
Yeah.
That's the way to describe
it. Yeah, and I do a bunch of shit too, though. So like, I started off as just that. Like, that's what I initially wanted to do, just be a stylist. But like, I'm a stylist. I do fashion design now. I do design, like all different types of design, creative design, all branding, like everything.
You know,
like all different types of shit.
Another vertical you probably should add because you're dealing with, you know, these big money people, interior design.
Mm-hmm. It's like a bunch of stuff. Like a project I did with Lavello and Andre Drummond ain't have shit to do with styling. When Dre first got to Philly, they did like some gift boxes for like the whole team, and they hit me up like, so Dre trained with Remy in Miami, and that's one of the trainers we work out with too. Yeah. So when Remy came to Philly with Dre his first day in Philly, and we went out to eat, shout out to Remy.
Who is Dre and Remy?
Andre Drummond.
Okay.
First signed with the Sixers.
Right.
Remy is a trainer based out of Miami, and he trains Drummond.
Okay. I was trying my hardest to just, all right, so Remy Ma and
Remy Ma and Dr. Dre.
Remy
I'm trying to put the correlation together. I'm like, all right, like, that shit ain't.
No, yeah, when Dre first day in Philly, Remy hit me up like, yo, I'm in your city, like we going out to eat, pull up, yada yada yada. So I pull up to dinner, meet Dre. We just kicked it from there, and then his assistant hit me up like telling me about the project Dre was doing with the team and all that, and saying that they want to incorporate like a Philly brand. Okay. So like me dealing with Lavello already, I know for a fact she was waiting for me to get a Sixers client so she can get some of her clothes. Like she a diehard Sixers fan, so it was just a perfect opportunity. Like she got her brand on the whole roster. So like we created like some gift boxes, and then they got presented to the team. We got pictures back from it and all that. So
that's fire.
Shout out to Lavello. Very nice young
lady. My dog. Really appreciate it.
She returned my AirPods.
She
very
did
nice. She didn't keep them. You know
You gotta get her on the show for. You gotta help us get her on.
Oh, that's easy. That's easy.
You gotta help us get her on the show. How much would you say that just being a cool, genuine ass nigga has benefited you and helped you out navigating through this world?
It's the key. Literally, like it's the key. And it's crazy how like shit work here. Like you deal with so much like outside noise in Philly. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
that's a perfect way to
put it. A lot of niggas look at what you doing and hate what you doing because they can't do it, or like, oh, how the fuck he doing this, or how he this and that. But it's like I ain't never do nothing outside of me just being me, and that's why everybody that I deal with fuck with me the way that they fuck with me. You feel me? Like I always been genuine, and everything's just been organic from the beginning. Like I always got something to bring to the table. So it's like I'm never just around just to be around a motherfucker.
Showing up with an empty cup.
Yeah, like I'm always trying to do something or build. Like me and James I didn't meet James until 2016, and that's like one of my best friends. Like,
how did y'all meet?
We met in Philly.
Oh, okay.
The Twins camp. They had, they got the camp every summer for the kids. And it was the same night as one of the Loke parties. And at the time, James was on the Heat. So he brung his teammates up here, like Tyler, James, Wayne. They was all in the city for his party. And they came to the camp to talk to the kids. So after the camp or whatever, we just busting it up. And then we all, like, followed each other on Instagram. And then I think the party came that night. I see him at the party. We dapped it up. That was that. But then, like, he went back to Miami. I think I just posted some old head on my block. Me and my brother was bidding off this old head on my block. And James was laughing at it on the gram, and he was like, send me the vid. So I think I sent it to him in the DM, and he sent me his number. So I texted to him. Then, bro, like, probably like a week later, a nigga just FaceTimed me out the blue. Like, who the fuck is this? Mm-hmm. I'm like, damn, that's Jay. So I answered, and shit nigga just at the crib. And he was like, bro, I want you to come train with me. I'm like, what? He's like, bro, I want you to come to Miami and work out with me. So I'm like, when? Like, bet. Like, I'm there. So I forget what the date was, but he told me some date. And then, like, we talked probably, like, 2 days before that. Like, we was talking periodically leading up to that, but then we talked probably like 2 days before that, and he was like getting his assistant to book my flight. And I think like he just got caught up doing something else. I booked my own flight, and then I went out there, and a nigga picked me up from the airport and was like, gave me my bread back for the flight. Like, man, you a real one, bro. Like, I told you I was gonna book the flight for you, and you was like, man, I'm gonna get out there.
Right.
He gave me my bread back for the flight, and it been up since then. Like, I talk to him every day now. Like, his kids call me uncle. Like,
That's dope,
brother.
man.
Yeah, that's decent. That's how it's supposed to
Facts.
be. Real shit.
So let me ask you this. How did you make the connection with KD, Rich Kleiman in the boardroom?
James. Yeah. Well, initially, this was June 2021. They was playing against the Liberty at the Barclays, and she texted me like, "Yo, KD coming to my game today." I'm like, "Bet." So that shit, bro, life crazy. So, mind you, at this point, my hats is gone for real. I probably had like 3 hats left or 2 hats left. It was like a 7 little ass hat and a 7 and 5 ace. So, you know Nori, right? Nordine Lindsay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nori. Nori and KD is cool.
Okay.
So when Nori played in JUCO in Oklahoma, and at the time KD was playing for OKC. Yeah. And a bunch of like DMV niggas was playing at the show, like the JUCO showcase, and they was at the game and they seen Nori. Nori was going crazy, and he ended up building a relationship with K.
Gotcha.
So I tell Nori like, bro, I'm going to the game. Like I need you to hit K, let him know like I'm trying to give him a hat. So I get to the game. I see K. I give him the hat. We dap it up, but it wasn't really nothing. It was like hella fans and shit. So I give him the hat, mind you. Like I said, I only had 2 hats left,
right,
bro. So I'm texting Nori like, bro, what size he wear? He like, I don't know. I'm gonna find out. So I give him the hat. I just give it to him. He texts me back after the game like, fool, wear 7 and 5 eighths. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like that's literally the only size I had left, and I gave it to him. Like that shit just happened so weird. So he never wore the hat. He never wore the hat. So crazy how God worked, bro. Like. This is June, August. James got released from, I think, the Pelicans, and he signed with Brooklyn. He signed with Brooklyn. So I'm hyped, but, bro, it didn't dawn on me till, like, after I'm like, wait, this nigga just signed with the Nets, bro? I'm like, it's up. So I just start going, I always go to James games all the time. So being as though he in New York now, I'm like, I was at
it's up the street
every home game. So at every home game, bro, I'm just seeing K every time. Like we just keep seeing each other. And K, like I always fuck with K. I always been a fan of his. He always been my favorite player ever since AI retired. And I always like how he carried himself. Like he come up the same way, single mom. So like I just fucked with him. Growing to like know him now, like build a relationship with him now, I fuck with him 1,000 times more because he's like a real ass person. Like he genuine. He like no knock against LeBron, but like if you in a room with LeBron and you in a room with KD, you gonna be able to tell the difference. Like Bron got like the image, like Bron is Bron. Like KD will be in this joint sitting here just like one of us on some chill shit, like just on his phone. Like it's just he just KD.
right.
So like but I just start going to every game and we just keep seeing each other. Then like we dapping it up. We bust it up for 2 minutes at pregame, shit like that. And it was just regular. But I made James a 101 and I made K a 101. So I brung the 101s to the game. I'm like, bro, I got that hat for you. He like, say no more. So I'm like, bet, like he might fuck with this joint. So I give him the hats. Probably like, I don't say nothing else about it. Like, I ain't asking him about it or nothing. At this point, bro, he ain't follow me on Instagram. I ain't have his number or nothing. I just was seeing him at the game. So, New Year's Day, January 1st, nigga, I'm sitting in the bed about to go get something to eat. And my phone just started going crazy. Like, all these mentions, like, people calling me. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, so I open the shit. And K in the press conference got my hat on. I was shit. Like, I jumped out the bed, bro. I was hyped as hell. Like, damn, this nigga got my hat on. Then, like, he just kept wearing that shit. Like, he wore that shit, like, on the et ceteras, on the podcast. Like, that shit was crazy. So, now, like, I'm always thinking about what's next. So, like, once he was wearing it and I seen he fuck with it, I'm like, damn, bro, like, I gotta do something else. So, I always watch their podcast. Then, like, one day I was watching the podcast, and they had, like, they link to their merch shit. So, I click on the link while I'm watching it. I'm like, this shit terrible. Like, they gotta do better. Like, they ain't even got no hats. Like, this nigga love hats.
Yeah,
they ain't even got no hats. So, just so perfectly, bro, like, the D pause fits right in the middle of boardroom. Like, my logo. I'm like, I got something for that. I literally sat, I rolled up, I sat there, and I created that shit. And then now it's just like, damn, this shit hot. So I just made a hat first, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm about to make something else. So just in case they like it, they gonna be like, what else you got? I'm already have it.
Already got it, yeah.
So, boom, I go to the game. I go to another game. I see him, don't got a chance to talk to him about it because it's like, one thing about K, he's like 1,010% about basketball. Like, he don't give a fuck about nothing else. Like, y'all hear all the shit about him tweeting back to people and all that, talking about shit. He's really on that because he don't care about nothing but hoops. Like, he's going to talk about hoops. If you got an opinion, he's going to.
Oh yeah, we know.
He's going to say some shit back.
We see
He's
it.
going to say some shit back, and he don't care. Like,
Yeah,
he's
word
going to say
Durant.
something back. So, I'm like, I can't even talk to him about it right now. Like, he in the warm-ups. He about to start the game. Like,
Yeah.
So my whole angle was just like, damn, I got to figure out a way to, like, show him this shit, like, or have a conversation with him about it. Once again, God worked in mysterious ways. So y'all know once the Ben Simmons and James Harden trade happened, that game, March 10th, they come to Philly March 9th. So, mind you, any team James been on, every time he come to Philly, he be with me. So, like, or I go to his hotel or something. Like, March 9th, he hit me like, yo, I'm at the Tells, like, pull up. So I'm just thinking it's about to be just like regular time. We at the Tells, bro. I go to the John. They take my wheel at the valet. I go upstairs. It's just regular. Like, he opened the door. Mind you, we do a little handshake and shit. This time is just like weird. He like, don't say nothing about the game tomorrow. I'm like, what? I'm about to be like, what, bro? Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Cause we never be on that. So I'm just, but I ain't say nothing. I'm like, all right, bro. I just go in, we in the fourth season, so I close the door and I turn around, bro, like my head down. I take like 2 steps and shit. I start looking up. I'm like, oh shit. This nigga K sitting right there on the couch. I said, yo, bro, I instantly got nervous. Like, I'm sweating inside. I'm geeked the fuck up. Like, I ain't letting them know that, but I'm geeked the fuck up in the inside. Like, I'm in a fucking hotel room with my favorite player right now. Like, so I'm like, all right, bet. Like, we chilling for like the first 30 minutes, bro. It's just regular as shit like you would be doing with your homies, bro. We in the joint. We watching the game that's on. We listening to rap. I'm playing Philly music, all types of shit, like putting them on shit, all that. Like, so then I'm cool now. So we just start talking, and I said something about the 1-to-1. And he was like, yeah, bro, I fuck with that joint, like, boom, boom. So then I tell him shit I just told y'all about, like, watching the podcast and shit. Nigga literally just was like, cook it up. I'm like, what? Shit. I pulled my phone out, showed the nigga the pic. He was like, what, bro? That's fire. Like, that's crazy. Like, we doing that. Like, what? So I took my phone back, and I showed him the other picture with the sweatsuit on it, too. Nigga, like, sat up there on his seat, like, yo, like, that's tough, bro. Like, we doing that. I'm like, you bullshitting. He said, what? Nigga pauses the music and like, what you say? I said, bro, you bullshitting. He said, bro, send it to me right now. Nigga took my phone and text that shit to himself. I said, ain't no way. I said, ain't no way, bro. Then I'm like, all right, like, he said it's a go, so I'm geeked. But then I know it was just like something else I had to do before the shit really got final. But then I'm like, I don't know, like, he never, after the game, I see nigga at the game, he go in the tunnel, like, we dap it up. And then I text him after the game, and he texts back. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's up. So, I had to get with Rich now, like, cause K ain't even tell me this. I just know because K is just worried about hoops right now. I gotta get the Rich, like that's my man. I gotta get the Rich. So I'm like, fuck. So now I'm talking to Nori. I get to the crib, like, bro, K said that shit to go. Like I'm hyped now. So I knew Rich was gonna be at the next game. Shit, I got right to the next game.
Bright and early.
Bright and early, watch warm-ups just like regular shit. I'm peeping where Rich at the whole time. Like I'm locking in with Rich every 10 minutes. Like, damn, let me make sure I see where this nigga at. So then at the end of the game, I go to the tunnel and we walking towards each other and then like we just locking eyes. Like he trying to put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, yeah, that's him. So I nod my head at him, he nod his head back. So then we shake hands. He like, UTB. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, he like, with the clothing line? I'm like, no, it's not a clothing line, but yeah, like boom, boom. He's like, yeah, Kevin told me. Like, so now I'm all in my head trying to figure out what I'm gonna say to him, but he already know who I am the whole time. So now I know K really fuck with it because that means he went back and told Rich. So now it's like, it was easy. At that point, Rich gave me his number and it went from there. Like that happened March. I showed K that shit March 10th. It dropped May 15th.
So basically 65 days.
Facts.
From inception to conception.
Facts. That shit was at my door. Damn. Well, it wasn't at my, it was out to the public May 15th.
That's fire, man. That's dope, man. Congratulations. Because like you said, when you first started, remember you hit me, you were just trying to find your way.
Facts. I ain't know what the fuck I was going to do with this shit, bro. I ain't going to lie. I really didn't.
Yeah.
And now it's just like,
yeah, life is crazy.
Life crazy.
Like it'll have you on a road thinking that it's gonna end with this one thing that you only know. This is the only thing you know.
That's all I ever knew. That's all I ever wanted to know.
And come to find out
about nothing else.
Yeah, and come to find out that it's like, yeah, you were gonna be in that atmosphere, but not doing what you thought.
Now it's like everybody asks me like, you miss hooping? Hell yeah, I miss hooping. Every time I go into a gym, to an arena, and I see niggas hooping, I be wanting to put some shorts and some and get right to it. But it's like, I'm cool, bro. Like I'm watching that shit at the highest level. I'm friends with my favorite player. Like we done did business together. Like that's more important than anything to me. Like, yeah, I'm always gonna be a fan, but he's like a real person for that. Like he ain't have to do none of that shit. Like he ain't had to do none of that shit.
So since the collection been released, it's been a little bit over a month now. What would you say has been like the reception, and how did they feel? How did Katie and Rich feel like it went?
I could show y'all better than like, bro, mind you, like K still continued to wear the hat, the one-on-one and all that shit. Like they did a joint podcast with JJ Redick in his podcast. He had that shit on, everybody sending it to me in my DM. So it's kind of like bittersweet for real, because like I remember, like I'm never gonna forget. Like I remember niggas that was hating. I remember everybody that was supporting me, and it's like it's just funny to see that shit, cause now like
it all comes.
I went straight to the top of that shit. Like it ain't like I just started out with fucking Robert Covington or somebody like that. Like no knock to him, but like we talking about Kevin Durant. Like so I'm seeing motherfuckers that I know for a fact done said hating shit or like been hating, like post me and post what I'm doing and all that. Like I reposted and all that shit. I keep it all the way political, but don't ever think I don't pay that shit no mind. Like I see y'all, like, and the people that been supporting, I see y'all too. Like, so it was cool. Like it was funny though. Like to see that shit. Like even still, like cause every time it's been like shit. I've been doing like a bunch of like everything I've been doing has been major shit. Like I styled Ka for the slam cover. Like that shit was crazy in here. Everybody, Kahleah.
Okay.
Copper. She was cover athlete.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And
you
that
say
was
Ka, I'm just naturally like Kyrie.
No,
like,
so that happened. Like everybody was tripping off of that. Like, then whenever I finally got the stuff and I did the photo shoot for the collab, when K posted me, bro, my phone went retarded. My phone went retarded because he don't post. Niggas like, what, bro? Like, KD posted you on his story, bro? Like, what's going on? Like, So it was just crazy. It's just crazy to see how shit unfold, bro.
Yeah.
Like, cause I remember I wasn't confident in it, and now it's like, what? Like,
But even aside from that, though, it's just funny. Like you said, it's bittersweet because most people don't believe until something happens.
that's how it is. Everybody like that shit, especially coming from where we from. And it's like crazy for them to see it happen from somebody like that. Like, we got hella league niggas in Philly.
Right.
I ain't did nothing with
Right.
nobody from Philly. Nothing. And I know everybody in the league from Philly.
Yeah.
And I ain't did nothing
That's the
with 'em.
crazy part.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, niggas ain't wear a hat. Niggas ain't hit
Yo,
me up about a hat.
The Philly
Nothing.
mentality is like
It's crazy,
cooked,
bro.
man. It's bad.
It's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, you got on with Lynn. That's a Philly nigga.
That's
He
my
helped
guy.
in the progression.
That's my guy, yeah.
But like, yeah, with the styling part, you got James, Dory Finn Smith, and KD. Yeah,
Yeah, and then Kai.
yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, even them though, like James, he his own stylist. Like, that's just my friend.
Yeah.
Like, that's just my friend, and he know the type of person I am. Like, he fuck with me as a person.
Right.
Like, which is everybody else that I deal with too as well. But like, me and James don't do no business together. Like, that's literally just my friend. Like,
Yeah.
that's just my friend, and he has put me in all different types of positions.
Yeah, he put you in the right rooms.
See what I'm saying? And he's not from Philly.
Yeah.
That's the point I make.
Right.
Like,
He's somebody you met through
he's
some
somebody
Philly
I
niggas.
met through some Philly niggas, and he put me in way more rooms than what Philly niggas did. And I'm not saying Philly niggas owe me anything. Don't nobody owe nobody nothing.
No, I think that's.
But it's just that's just crazy how it worked.
That's a
Like, it's
great,
just crazy how it worked.
but hear me out though. That's a great point to make because at the end of the day, nobody owes nobody nothing.
Anything.
But it's like the people that are genuine and are
Yeah.
about helping
Never
people and
come from where
connecting
you
dots
come from.
is usually some far out shit.
Yep. And he said it though multiple times. James said it multiple times. Like, damn, bro, I don't see how nobody from Philly fuck with what you got going on. Like, you really one of them dudes.
Yeah,
Like,
people try to act like you not
Hell
doing
yeah.
what you doing, even if
Hell
it's
yeah.
right in their face. Like,
and they see it though.
They see
They
it.
see it. They see it. They see it
like
for a
we
fact.
go through it too on the podcast because it's like, yo, at the end of the day, it's like, how do you measure impact from a media company? It's like you got to go off of the people. It's like how many we didn't help thousands of people. We didn't impacted thousands of people.
Right.
We do our live shows, 200, 300, 400 people show up. So it's like then you have something like the Roots picnic or whatever that happened, and it's like, oh yeah, what's going on? It's like that sort of thing.
That's how it go, bro. Like,
That's how it goes.
that's
Sometimes
really how it go.
you gotta take the back door,
Really
the
how it
side
go,
door.
But I got some.
Little
That's
window?
Why, that's
Like,
why I do
yeah.
my stuff the way I do it. That's why I gave all my shit to NBA niggas before I gave it to the public, because I know once they seen everybody else,
Yeah,
wearing
make it that much easier.
they was
It ain't no
they was
hard
gonna-
sell no more.
They was gonna be right with it. But now it's just crazy because like the shit that you doing is like you see it all on a more broader like perspective.
Exactly.
Like I was just in a newspaper. Like
It was in Slam Magazine.
I was my own article on the front page of Slam Online, like the front page, like
yeah.
for a week straight, I was on the front page, like over top of they was doing the whole top 75 teams in NBA history. Like I was in front of, they just came out with the number 2 teams. It was like Jordan, that 98 Bulls team, and then it was me right underneath that shit. So it was just like, damn, like I really went from in my mom dining room trying to figure out what the hell I was gonna do with it. And now it's like I'm on Zoom interviews with journalists from Slam.
How did that opportunity come about?
So when Kai got selected for the cover, they had stylists and all that shit on the thing, but Kai told him she had her own. So she put me on that. She texted me like, yo, you want to style me for the Slam shoot? I said, what? What type of question is that? Like, hell yeah. So we did that, and at the shoot, I met the director of W Slam,
Okay.
Camille. Shout out to Cam. So we just kept in contact. Like, everything is all about connections with this shit. So, like, I met one of Slam photographers, the one that shot her pics. He's based out of New York. So anytime I'm at a Nets game and all that shit, he see me, I get pictures. Like, all the photographers from the Nets, they know who I am. I get pictures. Like, people think I got my own personal photographer. Like, hell no, these is legit dudes. Like, the Nets photographer took Jordan rookie photos. I got his phone number. Like, I can
Damn.
call him right now.
That's dope as hell.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He just bought a sweatsuit. So it's like, but with Slam, Once the stuff dropped, once the pictures dropped and stuff like that, Camille hit me up and was like, "Dang, I just seen KD throw it up. Like that's dope. Like congratulations." So we just talked about it, and she was like, "Just send me over like the pictures and stuff like that, and I'm gonna send everything to our editors and see what they want to do with it." And she sent it over. Probably like 2 weeks later, they emailed me and we set up a Zoom call.
That's fire, man. Congratulations. You deserve it, man.
That, bro.
Yeah, that's decent.
But you put the work in, like, and that's why we wanted to make sure we told the story, the way that we did from the beginning, in order to like really illustrate that like nothing was given to you, and that you worked your own plays, your own connections, and then it paid off. Like it literally led to that.
Literally though.
So we mentioned her a bunch of times. Talk about the relationship with Kahleah Copper.
That's just my dog. Like outside of like, and Ka styled herself 90% of the time, 95% of the time. Like I probably styled Ka. I could probably count on both my hands how many times I did it. But like, we just friends, bro. Like we just genuine friends. Like I want to see her win. She want to see me win. So it's like any way I can help her, I'm gonna help her. Any way she can help me, she gonna help me. So it's like, that's basically it for real. Like we just real good friends.
Yeah, it pays to have good friends.
Yep. Cause we both got multiple things to bring to the table. So it's like I'm about to be styling one of her teammates. That's fire. Because of the connection we got. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a bunch of doors opened up. Like.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask you, kind of wrapping up, any other collaborations or like business stuff you got in the works that you could speak about now? That's not gonna like blow your spot up.
Let me see. One I can. It's a brand out of Toronto called Far From Ordinary.
I'm familiar with them.
I got a collab with them about to drop. That might be all I can say right now. I mean, it's definitely
stuff in the
it's a lot. It's
y'all
just
know
some
what the
stuff
fuck
I can't
going on.
speak on because it's like everything ain't done yet. But like you see, y'all know what the fuck going on. Y'all see what's going on, so it's like
about to drop my shirt tonight.
y'all see what the fuck is going on. So it's definitely a lot of shit in store. Like for real, it's a lot of shit in store. It's a lot of shit in store.
So my last question, and then we can kind of
Shout out to Joey. Shout out to Joey in New York, man. Joe the jeweler, not Sean either. My man blessed me with the original Drip Soul separate piece on my birthday. Birthday gift. He met me in New York for my birthday. I went to Say Less for dinner. Pulled up in a Sprinter.
Did you like it? When I went, I loved it.
Yeah, I've been there multiple times.
My homie went and he said it was terrible.
See, it's a vibe though. Like we get treated like kings and Say Less. Yeah. Like we get private room, smoke while you eat and all that. So yeah, he pulled up right to the restaurant. Yeah. Right at the Sprinter, blessed me with my chain. So that was fire.
That was bossy. I love that.
That was fire. That was fire.
So kind of wrapping up, what would you say is the future for one, yourself, and then the brand, Drip Soul Separate? What do you see for the next year, 2 years, 5 years?
Just more work, bro. Like I ain't never gonna stop working. I'm gonna keep on, continue to build my brand and connect with more and more people, make as many connections as possible, and just keep being around who I'm being around. Cause I'm a firm believer you are what you're around. And went from being around niggas on the block in the hood and shit like that, and now I'm around billionaires and shit like that. So it's only one way, and that's up. Like and it's just scary a little bit because of the much shit that the amount of shit I accomplished in this little bit of time. Yeah. Like I just be having to remind myself, like a lot of people don't really be understanding because like people on the outside looking in, like I've been through a lot of emotions since I started this shit. Like my brother got killed May 2021, so it's like
sorry to hear that.
The midst of me starting off, it was just like damn, like I'm ready. Like then boom, like that shit just took you right back down. Like I told y'all, I had my first NBA client in April. My brother got killed in May. So it's like I'm going off of extreme high and to extreme low, and I thought that shit was over. Like I was about to just say fuck all this shit. So then it's like to go back up and then like, you know, like, and it's still a grind with this shit. Like everybody think it's just all peaches and cream because they see me on the floor at games and all of that shit. Like that shit ain't all like, it's all work behind this shit.
Right.
Like, and one thing I do want to say, I want everybody to, before you say any hating shit or feel a way about what I'm doing, like just appreciate what I'm doing because ain't nobody give me no handouts or none of that shit with this shit. Like I came up with this shit on my own. I grinded it out myself, like, and
you
can't do nothing but applaud that.
You're trailblazing because nobody from where we from has done this shit before.
I ain't stealing nobody's sauce.
Yeah.
I ain't
even
in nobody's lane.
You didn't even have the presence of mind to say I'm coming out with a clothing line. You like, nah, it's different.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not making
like,
a clothing line. I'm never gonna have a clothing line.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have little pieces here and there. I'm gonna always drop hats because that's my staple. I'm gonna always drop all my hats in collections.
Yeah.
Pieces. You gonna have it, and then when it's gone, it's gone. You can't get it unless you gonna pay your way for it. You want one after it's sold out, you gotta pay your way for it. Like y'all gotta think. I got NBA niggas that'll give me $250, $300 for one hat. Like once my shit sell out, it's gone unless you try and come correct like that.
Right.
Like that's just how it go. I built it up to where it could be like that. So, and another thing, like I used to like. It was still points where after I done all of this shit where I still had little spots where I wasn't confident in shit where I had to like, yo, like tighten up.
Yeah, no, you'll have like
Cause
little,
it's like
little
I'll be
laws
like
and
somebody will tell me like, yo, that shit too high or something. Like I ain't paying. All right.
It's like, nah, fuck.
Now it's like I'm not changing my fucking price.
Don't
Like,
change your price.
If you don't want to buy it, then you don't want to buy it. Like that's fine with me.
Don't
because
change
somebody
it.
else gonna buy it.
Right. Don't change your price. Change your clientele.
Yeah, and go buy some shit from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. To open your eyes to who your friends, like who your real supporters, who your real people that really got your back and shit. Because it's like when you got a business, I know y'all got y'all businesses, y'all got multiple businesses, so y'all see what it's really like. But like I never did this shit, so it's like I'm seeing everything.
You getting a
for
crash
firsthand.
course on
Like,
this shit, yeah.
It's crazy because like I done seen niggas go in the mall and spend no telling on some shit
that was my
they don't know.
That was my next
But,
point.
like,
Motherfuckers spend money on what they want to spend their
That's
money
what
on.
I'm saying.
Like,
Like,
they'll find the money even
You'll
if they don't have
go
it.
spend $300 on a Amiri hat that just say Amiri across the front. It ain't shit to it.
And
but
look stupid as
my
shit.
hat's $80, and I'm somebody you know that done grinded this shit out.
Oh, you
the
don't
mud.
got to explain to me. You talk to him. I know what
I'm
you're
just
talking
saying,
about.
like that shit crazy to me. Like how you
Yeah,
how
we
you
got this fucking
complaining?
page like, no, it's like, yo,
How you complaining about
it's
that?
people who I done fucking been there for, where it's like, we got a Patreon that's $20 a month. They would never. That's just life. People are fucking crazy.
No, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
people are
it's really
insane.
crazy. And like people that you done shit for, like you said,
Yeah,
like, people that
dog.
you done shit for, like I done did countless shit for
Dog.
people that before I even was thinking about being a stylist, with the connections I got, I done helped out, and now it's like I don't get none of that support.
Yeah, they just
from the
act like
same
they don't
motherfucker.
see you.
Dog, I watch niggas.
Act like they don't see it, but they know that shit right there in their face. Like,
I watch niggas pay for fucking
Okay.
12 buffalo wings, $38 when they drunk. Look at you like you crazy. You selling something for $30. That shit is.
It's wild. It's wild and it's funny, but I appreciate all of it though because
Yeah, you can't. It's
without
part of the
it, you're
journey.
not gonna really understand, and that's the
Yeah.
part I like is the journey, bro. Like everybody think the journey is everything.
Yeah, you gotta
bro.
appreciate the
Like,
journey
you because it make everything feel better.
Yep.
Pause.
And life gonna teach you different lessons. You know what I'm saying? And life gonna show you shit and certain people that you might not want to see, but you need to see that shit. Like if somebody a fuck nigga, you need to see that shit in 3D to understand it.
You got to.
You got to. You gotta.
And I'm like, at first I used to be like, I'm always the person to just like brush shit off and let shit slide and all that. But now it's like,
what they say, you let shit slide. People start roller skating.
I take shit for what it is now.
Yeah.
Like I had to because I was always like, anybody that's cool with me, I tell you, like, we cool, we homies, but like motherfuckers that really know me like that, I'm friends, I talk with on a day-to-day basis, I'm a real ass friend.
Yeah.
Like I overextend myself, like pause.
I'm the same way.
To be a friend to somebody. Like if I can help somebody out, I'm helping them out. Like regardless of what it is. Like I'll give somebody my last, like shirt off my back, anything. And it's like when you see the same shit in return, you gotta accept that shit. Like, cause I felt with that for a long time. Like I used to just keep on keeping on.
Listen,
and it's
bro.
like you don't get that shit back, and it's like
I literally went broke before trying to help people get out their dreams and do shit, and then when I went broke, you know what niggas told me? Damn, that's crazy. Hope you figure it out. I got a damn that's crazy. Hope you figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Bro. Because motherfuckers empty the well till that motherfucker dry, and then look at you like, well, damn, why it ain't no more in the well? Y'all niggas took it all. What do you want from me?
Facts.
And people will show you no remorse and no sympathy.
None.
So it's like, so you gotta unapologetically be on your purpose, be on your shit,
you got to.
and preserve yourself.
You gotta let niggas know, like, I'm a humble ass person. Like, I rarely talk shit. I rarely do any of that, but like I can if I want to, and I be having to remind myself, like, I need to start letting motherfuckers know, like, don't play with me like that. Like, I ain't one of them. Like, don't play with me like that. Cause I got room to do that. Like, this shit I'm doing, niggas can't do that. And that's why you get the type of mixed feelings from that shit from people. Cause it's like,
absolutely,
you doing shit that motherfuckers wish they could be doing, and it's like, how the fuck he do that? And you know, from Philly it's always, oh, he Joe, or he Dickie, right. You know, this, that, and the third. Like, anybody I ever did any type of business with, or anybody I'm around with, like my clients or friends, NBA niggas, all of that, I could pick my phone up right now and call every last one of them. Text every last one of them, and they gonna text me back. They gonna call me back. They gonna answer, and that's for a fact. And I done had my inner circle of friends around that. Like, I done been in room service one time, and I'm texting Tyler Hero at 3 a.m. He on a flight, just landed in L.A. Bones like, yo, that's crazy, bro. Like, you talking to Tyler Hero right now, like. But I'm Joe, or I'm Dickie.
That's my man.
That's my man, bro. Like, a girl, you know how you got the request on the joint?
Yeah.
I seen that one day. I go in there like, damn, there's a lot of messages in here. I don't never check this shit. So it was a video from me and KD dapping it up after the game, and she wrote some shit like, niggas really don't leave no room for bitches no more. Like, y'all be hype posting shit, and you shaking another man's hand. Like, that's so Joe. I said, I didn't even respond, bro. I laughed, like, bro, like, what?
And that's the thing. Sometimes you gotta just laugh at shit like that.
What? What do you mean?
Somebody sent me a crazy message the other day, slandered my whole character, and I wrote ha ha. Like, you just gotta laugh
I
at
didn't
certain
respond
shit.
to that shit, but like, bro, what? I'm Joe, cause I'm shaking my homie hand after a game. Like, you mad as shit, cause you go to a game and you in the nosebleeds or something.
Not me.
Like,
I be on the floor
me?
too.
No, not you. I'm talking about the DM. I'm talking about the DM.
I'm fucking with you.
I don't like. It's weird to me. Like, then from that shit you get all the like, oh damn, bro, like, I'm trying to slide to a game. Niggas was never hitting me up before trying to do nothing with me.
Niggas wasn't
before.
trying to slide to the breakfast spot.
Now you want to go to a game. Like, what, bro? Like, now people don't even realize how crazy they be making themselves look. Like,
Yeah. Because they don't give a fuck.
Cause no, and they think, and they know the type of person I am.
And they think they entitled to your success.
Yeah, hell no, you ain't do shit for this. You ain't put in on this.
Lil Baby just had a post last night.
Yeah, I seen that.
He said, PSA, just because you've been around a person don't make you entitled to the fruits of their labor for that person.
Yep.
Envy is at an all-time high. Be safe out here.
Facts. And that's why I stay exactly how I am. Anybody that's around me on a day-to-day will tell you I ain't changed not one bit. Like, motherfuckers will tell me I'm Hollywood. Like, bro, I respond to everybody. Anybody write me, say some shit, I respond. Thanks, I appreciate it. Like, I'm always gonna be the same person. Like, people just crazy, man. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And they want you to be crazy with them.
This has been really good, man. I appreciate your story. Like, you know, just where it started and where it ended, and showing, like Chad said, being able to pivot, because that's what it's about. Because sometimes that shit that you standing on might not be it. Mm-hmm. And people like, it comes a time where you gotta throw the towel.
Yeah, facts.
And
you gotta sit back and think, like, bro, I just turned 29 last Wednesday.
Happy belated.
Appreciate it. You gotta look, bro. You gotta look at life. Like, for one, niggas is dying left and right. Two, I got a kid, bro. Like, all this shit is generational.
How old is your daughter now?
My daughter is 8.
I was about to say 9, something
8,
like that.
yeah, she turned 8 June 3rd, right before my birthday. It's all this shit's generational. Like, we living for our kids and trying to put shit in play for our kids and the people underneath us. Like, you can't be but so selfish to be like, I'm going on 30, still trying to go to the league. Like, bro, you gotta open your fucking eyes. And
it's 450 spots.
Bro, it's been 5,000 and some change people
in the,
ever
like,
in the history of NBA to play in the league. Like, come on, bro. Like, and because you don't play in the league don't mean you failed. Like, that shit don't ever mean you failed. Like, anytime I go to a camp or something like that to talk to kids that's hooping, that's my message. Like, if you don't go to the NBA, bro, that don't mean you failed at hoop. Yeah. Like, basketball is just a tool, bro. Like, I text when the collab got final, I text Rich and said, like, damn, bro, like, I really appreciate y'all. Y'all about to change my life. You know what he said back to me? He said, no, we ain't. Like, you changing your own life. We just a part of, we just helping you along the way. And I really like, damn, like, that's facts. Cause like, you might think shit over, like, because you chase one thing your whole life and then it don't happen. It's like, damn, like, I failed. Fuck no. Me being who I am and me hooping put me right where I'm at. Like, if I wasn't hooping, I would have never met none of the people I know. Lynn, anybody, James, anybody, any of the people who helped me out along the way, I would have never met them if it wasn't for basketball. So how can I say I failed if what I'm doing on a day-to-day branched it off of me hooping? So it's like, you just got, and the last thing, I know I'm probably talking your head off.
Nah, you
like,
doing your thing, bro.
You can't rush your shit. Like, you
at
can't
all.
rush. You
It's
can't
gonna happen
rush,
when
bro,
it's
because
supposed
like,
to.
I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, like, I done had nights in the crib, like, where, like, after my brother got killed, I probably had, like, and I'm always gonna be 1,000% transparent. Like, I'm gonna always keep it a beam. I probably had, like, $3,700 in my account. And I had just moved out of my apartment. I'm at my mom's crib, and I was about to move again. I had probably, like, my move-in money plus, like, $500 extra to move in. But when I moved in my apartment, I was gone mentally, like, because I'm on my brother shit. I'm gone. Like, it was times where I ain't know where I was about to, like, what I was about to do. I'm stressed out, like, in between clients and shit, the season over. Like, I ain't know what the fuck I was about to do. And then, boom, like, shit just start happening. Shit just start happening. But, like, I say all that to say, like, you can't rush it. You can't rush your process. You just got to fall in love with that shit. Because it's like, if it's for you, it's going to happen. Because, like, so many days I was stressed out. Like, even before the KD wore my hat the first time, I had just probably made some money styling, like, made a nice little lump sum of money to styling. But I'm always thinking about what's next, and I ain't know what the fuck I was about to do next. Nigga wore the hat, shit just started jumping. Shit just started flowing. Shit just started flowing. Stressed out, interviews come. Shit open way more doors for you. I got 10 brands DMing me trying to send me clothes. Now I got money off. Y'all want me to wear this? Y'all want me to post this? This costs this amount. This costs this amount. You try and get this to this person. This costs this amount. This costs this amount. Right there. Like, it's just, you can't rush your process, bro. Like, you can't. Because, like, 2020, I started this shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's 2022, and I done business with one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball.
And one of the greatest businessmen in modern
Rich
time.
Kleiman,
right
like, people don't. I posted a picture of me and him on Instagram the day we met at the game. Motherfuckers was DMing me like, yo, who white cuz?
Who white cuz?
I said, bro, like, are you serious? Are you serious, bro? You don't know who this is?
I hate niggas.
That's why I don't hang with you. That's why I don't hang with you, because you don't even know who people is.
Who white cuz?
Who white cuz? Literally. And he one of the most thoroughest bulls ever, bro. Like, Rich, one of the thoroughest bulls ever. Thorough.
That's hilarious.
Super thorough.
Rich had the presence of mind. He was working as an agent at, like, Rock Nation Sports. Now, he had the presence of mind to leave and say, fuck that. Me and KD is the Magic. We gonna go scale our own empire together. We don't even need them in our business.
Facts. And he got and KD about to be a billionaire.
Yeah,
because of Rich.
Because of Rich. Tony Saragusa died while we was here.
Damn, the Goose.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to the Goose, man.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it just came up on the gym.
Legend, man.
But no, I appreciate y'all for having me.
We
man.
appreciate you, man.
This was
telling the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's real shit. Like, people need to see that, especially from the city, from where we from, going through the things we go through. Like you just said, we got the news right now is almost unwatchable.
Bro, I don't even watch the news.
Bro, when you see some of the
newspaper, when I was in the newspaper, you know what the front page article was? The same paper I was in was that South Street shit.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
The same exact newspaper. So like you got that on the front page, and then you got me.
Literally Joy and Pain on the same paper.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like this shit crazy.
But it's marketed right now. It's like Philly's out of control. Philly's out of control. Philly's terrible. Philly's ridiculous. Philly needs help. Philly, and like Carl said it best. Shout out Pastor Carl. It's a lot of dope things going on. It just doesn't get shown.
It is.
People just focus on the negativity and don't realize, like, no, it's some real headway going on. Yeah. So, no, your story is definitely needed. We appreciate you coming up to talk about it, man.
For sure.
Real quick before you go, give everybody your socials, your contact info, where they can find you. If you have money for him. If not, then leave my man alone.
Y'all could contact me on Instagram, Taron_Barnes. TARON_BARNES. Twitter, same thing. Oh no, my Twitter is Taron Barnes 4. My website, dripsoulseparate.com. Y'all can tap in on that. Stay tuned with all the drops and merch updates and business updates, everything I got going on.
That's fire. See, a website. We've been telling you niggas for 2 years you need a website.
Facts.
Like, you need a website.
More that, and that's crazy you saying that, bro. Like, every time it's just like, you know how motherfucking any website, any clothing brand drops some shit. Motherfuckers be on their phone, on their laptops as soon as that shit drop to go get it. So why the hell when I drop something, niggas want to DM, damn, I gotta get it off the site. I can't meet you nowhere. Like, bro, just order it. Like, you can't buy you just like you order something else somewhere else. Just order it.
Can I meet you somewhere?
Can I pull up and get that?
Can you come to my mom's crib?
You can't, bro. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Then it be people that's not even like, that's in my inner circle. Like, bro, I'm not on that.
I'm at 10th and Pike. Where you at?
Yeah, you died. You won't never.
How fast can you get here?
What? That's how niggas get tricked.
Imagine nigga in Polo and Ralph. Where you at?
Yeah, let me come pull up on Gucci.
Yeah.
What?
That's funny as shit.
Man, that shit's ass backwards, man. But nah, for real, though, I appreciate y'all.
No doubt, bro.
Man,
And two things before you go, we gonna ask. I need you to help us get Lavello on the show and Kai. I want to interview Kai too.
I can't guarantee.
Can't guarantee, but I'm gonna ask.
She a busy person these days, bro.
Yeah.
Like, she a busy person, but I'm gonna definitely tap in with her. She gonna tap into this though, for sure. She definitely gonna.
Well, Kai, you watching this? You seeing this?
Might say you a dub because you called her Kyle Cooper.
I fixed it though. You know what I'm saying?
She might say you a dub.
I apologize for fucking the name. I got the first name right.
It was so crazy. Some a camp in Canada, like a girls' camp in Canada, hit me up trying to get Kai to come to the camp, like pay for her to come, pay for our hotels, all that. The header of the damn camp, they put Cooper. She texted me right back and said, hell no, they don't even know how to say my name right. I said, damn, they fumbled that rock. Fumbled that. But no, for real, I'm going to hit Lavello up for sure for y'all.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Make sure y'all go to dripsoulseparate.com, tap in, make sure y'all stay up to date with all of the merch drops, business collabs, different stuff like that. Certain stuff we couldn't talk about today, but go to the website.
Big Drip Soul Separate.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all stay tuned, man. Don't miss this wave, man. We appreciate you for coming today. We happy for your success. We proud of you, and we want to continue to use our platform to celebrate people and uplift people that's not getting the necessary attention and the credit that they deserve. And you forged your own path, man. You a trailblazer, and you killing shit, man. We proud of you, and we appreciate you coming through today, bro.
I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Yeah, definitely. We out of here.
Peace.